The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Desirable woman. Where's the father of us all?
Mr. Bracken is in Washington with a Senate subcommittee.
Then I forgive him. You've got to be Kevin Grant. And we're going to make one fine picture together, right?
Starring Stuart Saxon? It had better be. I've been putting the pieces together for 2 years now.
Well, then let's do it. I'm here to sign a deal. You know Mike Stone, my resident thief.
Mike.
This is my daughter, Hillary.
It's a pleasure.
Yes. Oh, this is Walter Brooks from our legal department.
And the contract's ready.
If you don't mind, Wally. Is that an agent or is that an agent? Mike doesn't even have to read them anymore. You can tell by sniffing. Kevin, I love the script and I like my character. But the girl's part is pure gold. You have any thoughts on casting?
Well, I've got scripts out to Catherine Ross and Ollie McGraw. That girl has to be fresh, young, exciting. It's a tough combination.
It just so happens we can solve that little headache for you. It's just a favor. You don't even have to thank me. A girl who is young, fresh, and exciting.
Good. Who? Your daughter.
Yeah.
Well, she certainly is beautiful.
Thank you.
What have you done?
Nothing.
Nothing.
This will be my first part.
Oh, but you've been studying acting.
I went to finishing school in Switzerland, and I've done a little modeling, that's all.
I don't even know where to begin. She has no experience, never even been in front of a camera. Look, Stuart, this is a big part in a big picture. I need an actress.
You need Stuart Saxon. Let Mike lay it out. Stuart Saxon, co-starring with his own daughter. Fits together like love and money.
Fits together like crap and shoot.
Kevin, you're a very talented director. A top-notch producer. I like your work, and I'd like to work with you. But I don't have to work for my money anymore. It works for me. I need a good reason to do a picture. A very good reason.
A very good picture. Isn't that reason enough, Stuart?
Not this time. Now, look. Why don't you take 5 and huddle on it? Go ahead, use Bracken's office.
Thanks.
Can he pull this?
It's unethical, but not illegal. He hasn't signed yet.
And to hell with him, we'll get somebody else.
Mr. Bracken won't go with anyone but a major star. Not on this expensive a project.
I know, and I want Stuart Saxon, too, but not at any price.
Kevin, we've got to remember, this role was written especially for him, and he makes the whole thing work. Now, couldn't we suggest testing Hillary?
We've just been going through the motions. This is a take-it-or-leave-it proposition.
Excuse me. I want to apologize, Mr. Grant. I have been raised in this industry. I know the rules and the loopholes, and I know you're being pressured. But perhaps you're being unfair to me. You were going to look for a new face. I have one. And there just might be talent behind it, if you'll give me the chance. I guess that's all.
She's gorgeous, no argument. Self-assured.
And the name of the game in this business is compromise.
It's your decision, Kevin.
Yeah, sure. And I guess I've just made it. This morning, I thought I had a picture. Now all I have is a $5 million gamble.
This kind of stuff went out with Earl Flynn.
Yeah, but it'll be back. And you might as well be ready for it. That's not the main reason for fencing lessons. It's just like ballet. You may never do a remake of Isadora. In fact, you may never do a musical. But ballet lessons help you on the screen anyway. It gives you a special kind of grace and helps you to move better. Same holds true for fencing. It tones you up, gives you quicker responses. Rachel, you're next.
Nobody's ever complained about my responses.
Very good.
Touche.
Thanks, Davy. We'll see you on Thursday.
Right.
Class, we have a new recruit. Hillary, you will get to meet everyone as we work. Now, I'll make this simple and very clear. Preparations have begun on a new film.
The Winners, to be produced and directed by Kevin Grant, starring Stuart Saxon, budgeted at $5 million.
I think it's done by Indian drums.
The big question is, who gets the girl's part?
The question's been answered. The girl's part will be played by Hillary Saxon.
Saxon. As in Stuart Saxon?
That's right. Well, congratulations. Where have you studied? London, New York?
No.
Hillary's never studied acting.
Never?
Which is why we're taking 6 weeks starting right now to help her get ready for the part.
Oh, of course, in New York, I studied 6 months before I got a 2-line walk-on, but I'm a slow study.
That's the way this business works. I mean, we come to classes every day, we go through scenes, we improvise, we study, and then somebody comes along from the outside and takes the big prize.
Mr. Bracken has agreed, and Kevin Grant is enthusiastic. So I expect we'll work it out, don't you?
We're not going to study the script for a while, and we're not going to deal with the dialogue. Most of your scenes, Hillary, involve anger, hidden anger. So we're going to work on a series of improvisations. Now, I want to point this out right now. The reason we improvise is to work on specific acting problems. And in this case, in your case, Hillary, the problem is normal inhibition.
Me, inhibited?
Most people are when they begin to act. And we want to start to free you, to open you up, to allow you to be able to use some of your own personal anger. And we all have it.
Here, here.
Teach me about anger. Let's open up the real me.
Sorry, Laura.
We're working.
It's pressure time.
I suppose you want to see Hillary Saxon.
Right. Oh, I'm Hank Madigan, head of studio publicity. Hey, you're gorgeous. Won't have any trouble getting you picture space. Oh, look, I want a full bio and a gallery sitting. Can you meet my team at 11?
If that's the way it has to be.
I'll be there, Mr. Madigan.
And lock up tomorrow at lunch. We're breaking bread with the Associated Press. You know, we've got to give them a little time to work out a story, so we'll lock it up now. Then AP breaks the news that you're discovered with gorgeous pictures. Sorry, Laura. Hello, sweetheart.
Hanky Panky?
Inez, we're in the middle of a class.
Oh, that's all right. I need just an instant with a Hillary Saxon. Stand up, love. I'm Inez Matthews, and I'll be designing the clothes.
How do you do?
Well, with the lovely skin and hair and those eyes, boy, I think we'd better keep the clothes simple. Walk a couple of steps first, love, huh? That's a nice line. And the face is so innocent that all we really ought to do is to just frame it properly. We'll go little girl. I'll rough in some sketches by Wednesday. We'll do some fittings Thursday morning, 9 a.m. sharp.
The class begins at 9 a.m.
Well, she can come a little late.
Now, Inez, I don't want to go upstairs.
Then don't, dear.
Laura, I'm sorry, but we need all the time that we can possibly get. I'll see you Thursday morning, Hillary. Be sure that you tell Wardrobe we're coming, and don't forget to tell the set designer what colors we'll be using.
I once asked her help on my wardrobe for a part, and she told me to come back after I had more than 3 lines.
Well, I'm lucky then, aren't I?
The question is, what are you going to do with all those beautiful lines?
Hello? Mr. Bracken's office.
That figures. Thank you. Hello, this is Laura Dean. Yes. They'd like you in his office. Mr. Bracken is calling from Washington in 15 minutes. He wants to talk to you.
Oh, excuse me, Laura. I'll be back as soon as I can. Please tell them I'm on my way.
Oh, yes, Millie. Yes. She's definitely on her way.
Look at that.
Hello, Laura. Thank you. I'm glad you came. Why don't you go on down, and I'll be right with you.
Thank you.
Hello. You all know Mike Stone?
Hi.
I don't believe there is a Mike Stone. I mean, I've heard of him, but I never thought I'd see him in person.
This is to inform you that I'm alive and well and living in my car.
Oh, as long as I was invited, I thought I was in along something cold.
Moet Chandon, 1953. My, that is a good year.
Yes, I thought you'd like it.
Call for you, Mr. Stone.
That's probably Gino in Rome. If he's ready to go, we've got a deal.
Well, don't push. Just let it happen.
A telephone in the car? The Hollywood I've always dreamed of.
I thought you had a deal, Hillary. Oh, well, this is for the next picture. Mike doesn't believe in relaxing.
Now, look, kids, I invited Hillary to join us because I am tired of the tension in class. It's just a routine weekend afternoon, Hillary. But the whole class is welcome, and you are part of that class.
Thank you, Laura.
Have fun.
Well, shall we?
Oh, young lady, allow me. You know that I once understudied a waiter for 18 straight weeks?
Summer stock?
Sardines. I was a busboy.
Beautiful. How nice of you to share the wealth.
Oh, it doesn't hurt a bit, especially when it's your father's.
Gino, baby, if the percentage isn't worth it, why don't you just say yes? Have we got a deal, or do we stack the needle tag, huh? Bene. Make up the contract. Ciao. Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, sir. It's your champagne.
Oh, it's Hillary's. One sweet little kid.
And lucky she's got you as an agent. You know, I tried to see you once about representing me.
I don't remember.
Hudson. Tom Hudson.
Ah.
Oh, you wouldn't remember anyway because I never got in. Your 5th assistant office boy threw me out. You weren't interested in any unknown actors that day.
You know, you need exposure. A couple of really good parts.
Yeah, you're right. How do you get a good part? Answer, you get a good agent. How do you get a good agent? Answer, you get a good part.
Yeah, that's the way this business goes.
Goes where, Mr. Stone? How does a guy with nothing but talent get moving in this business?
He busts down walls with his head, or else he busts his head. You know, this town is full of skull fractures. But if you ever reach the other side of the wall, there I am.
Yeah, I understand. I've gotten that message a few times.
Oh, excuse me, Tim.
Tom.
Tom.
How much does it cost to have one of those put in your car?
A lot. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to my father's pad.
Thank you.
Oh, and by the way, he's not here.
Script changes.
Oh, just a second. Oh, don't panic. I just left the old script here.
Hillary, you need a director. Come watch me romp on my bed.
You're right. Honesty is the best policy, if you can afford it. I'm interested in you.
I'm flattered.
As a filmmaker, as a director, and as a man.
As a married man.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. And I work at it. Just like I work at making pictures. So it all comes out good.
Are you protecting my virtue, Kevin?
No, I'm just defining the territory.
Territory between a man and a woman. Well, now that can include the whole world or, just this.
Well, between us, it includes one role in one picture. Okay?
You have a sort of rain check, Kevin. Good anytime. Now, about this hung-up chick.
You know, I think you can hear that car 5 miles away.
10.
I thought about you. Right smack in the middle of the day.
Good. I thought about you, too.
And I said to myself, Kevin, my boy, I said, tonight you can get home on time. And I was wrong. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I finally learned to cook a dinner. That lateness won't ruin it. Voila.
Oh, hey. I like that. Yeah.
Good. I thought we'd eat in a few minutes. How about a drink first?
Mm-hmm.
Me?
I guess Mark's in bed.
Mm-hmm.
I hate missing him at night. I really do.
He listens for your card, too.
Too much listening around here. I'm listening to silence. I'm going to have to change that. The sound of tires squealing will soon be heard throughout Beverly Hills. My tires. Coming home at a decent hour.
I'll drink to that. Kevin?
What?
You've got circles under your eyes. You're tired.
Oh, yes, I am.
And you haven't even started shooting yet. What are the chances of a 3-day weekend up the coast? Well, like my mother used to say, you see that man over there? See how hard he works? He's going to be the richest man in the cemetery.
Yeah, well, I'd like to slow down. Well, I just haven't figured out a way to sort of make a movie. And I can't just turn off at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Take tonight, for example. I wanted to come home.
Why didn't you?
Hilary Saxon. I took some script revisions out to her. Now, I need every opportunity I can get to discuss her role with her. She won't dig into the character. She likes it nice, easy on the surface.
She's still working with Laura?
Mm-hmm.
My, she's getting an awful lot of help.
As much as we can give her.
Kevin, is there anything there?
I've been asking myself that same question lately.
And?
Well, there has to be something, doesn't there? And it's up to me to find it. Point it out to her and, if necessary, force her to use it.
It's up to you.
Who else? I'm producing, I'm directing. I put the package together. Hilary Saxon is my responsibility.
Terrific.
Do I detect a hint of an edge to that last remark?
I'm afraid so.
Oh.
I'm sorry. She's young and beautiful and young, and they're all beautiful and young girls, yes. And I'm jealous. Sour, rotten, lousy, jealous.
Well, stop it. They are young. They are beautiful. And yes, sometimes they're even a temptation. Real. And this is.
I know. But I can't show you just the surface like Hilary does. I want you to see what's going on inside.
Of course. I want to know, too. If I seem to resist, if I make it difficult for you at all, it's just because of this thing at the studio. This deal that I made. I think about it night and day.
But how can you survive in the picture business without compromise?
I don't know. But somehow, I think I should have tried harder. I'm sure you have some image of yourself as being terribly amusing, but I'm busy, Hilary. I'd appreciate it if you'd leave.
Well, your secretary gave me permission to wait in here.
After you twisted her arm.
Look, I have an appointment with my art director. I have a production meeting in a few minutes, and I have 100,000 other things to do. I do not have time to spend with you right now.
You're supposed to see me about my part.
I have already seen you about your part.
I like your office. It gives me a sense of power.
I'm going to have to bodily pick you up and throw you out.
But that sounds like fun.
Look, Hillary, I've tried to discuss the background of the character with you.
It's boring.
Well, do me a favor, will you? Take your script and go into a corner and see if you can find something in the character's life, something, anything that you can identify with. An event, an emotion, something that will serve as a subtext, something that will play underneath the dialogue.
Fellini uses people who have never acted before. I wonder what he tells them.
Well, I imagine he tells them who they are and what they want in any given scene. That's what I imagine.
All right. Now, I don't know a thing about the character I'm supposed to play, but I do know a great deal about me and what I want.
I have a marriage, Hillary.
Oh? My father had 4 of them.
Well, I'm not your father, am I? Now, I have a marriage. It has tensions, occasional problems, yeah. But I put a lot into it, and I'm not about to throw it away.
Why not?
When you build part of your life with someone else, you just don't throw it away. That takes amputation.
Oh, well, I'll spring for the scalpel.
That's why I never bothered to knock.
Why me? I would say it was a scene from the picture, except that I know that you've already memorized the script. It was an accident, Rachel, not an advertisement.
We slipped. I've been on that banana field myself. Besides, I'm here on business. I've really been digging into that script. Your part, Hillary. I know that girl. And if you'd like me to work with you after class, I will.
Brief, Rachel, very brief. But perhaps your best performance ever. Now, for the record, the part belongs to Hillary. And until we start shooting, Laura will do all the necessary coaching. Yeah, Mitch, I know, production meeting. Tell him I'll be right there. Now, that's all right. Rachel doesn't believe in going through secretaries. Hillary, you're going to hear a lot more about the character comes tomorrow.
Of course. That part.
I want it.
You can't have it.
I want it badly enough to do something ugly. And if nothing else will work, I may have to smear your little love affair with Kevin all over this lot. All over the industry.
Rachel, that's sweet. I mean, I'm all grown up now. It would just be good publicity.
For Kevin?
Oh, yes, he would be upset. But he'd also be shaken loose. For me. As a matter of fact, I might spread the word myself. Anonymously.
I was wrong. You may be able to play this girl from the inside.
Is that a compliment?
Not much.
Oh, well, I don't care much. Because I am going to play her. And do it well. Because Kevin is going to make me do it well. Rachel, thanks for your offer of help. That was sweet, too.
What's your name?
Ann Pastor.
No, your real name.
Doris Adamsack.
How'd you get your part?
I auditioned. No, you didn't. Why can't Diane speak directly to me?
This is just for the performance on stage. It's theatrical license so that the audience will be able to see Diane's face.
But it's impossible for me to play to the back of her head.
All right. Diane, face her on your lines. My back will be to the audience. I know. Tom, pick it up from how did you get the part?
How did you get the part?
I auditioned.
No, you didn't.
All right. Have it your way. I had something going with the producer. Look, I guess it all started back home. Like it started for all of us, right? There was just Mom and Dad and me. I was an only child. And I made believe a lot when I was a kid. I acted out all sorts of things. I used to sit in front of the mirror and brush my hair. And I'd see myself as all kinds of people. And somehow, acting and make-believe began to fill up my life more and more. It got so I couldn't tell the real from the unreal, except the unreal seemed more real to me. Oh, I'm talking a lot of gibberish, aren't I?
If it's true, it isn't gibberish.
It's true.
Hillary, look at the hairbrush.
Yes, we could get a more attractive one.
I'm not concerned with how it looks. Now, Hillary, listen to me. That hairbrush is critical to you. It's an extension of yourself. You don't really need to brush your hair in this scene, do you? But you do need to hang on to the one thing that gives you security. The way you look.
Yes. Yes, all right, I see.
All right. Rachel.
If it's true, it isn't gibberish.
It's true.
No, much stronger, Hillary.
Can't Rachel be tougher on that line? I mean, the way she's saying it, she's so rational and innocent, it's very hard for me to respond to her.
Hit the line harder, Rachel. Want to hurt her with the line.
Laura, I don't agree with that.
I thought the purpose here was to help me.
Hit the line harder, Rachel.
Apologies all around, but I got big news. Tomorrow's D-Day. Hillary, you are going to be discovered.
Doing what, Mr. Madigan?
Acting. The studio is having a big week for the exhibitors, showing them some of the new products, you know. Anyway, tomorrow on stage 14, they are going to see the class doing scenes from The Winners, starring Hillary Saxon.
We'll be ready.
Beautiful. Tomorrow, D-Day.
All right. Let's pick it up again. From Rachel's line, if it's true. Tom!
Look, Laura, in all due respect to you and my colleagues, all you need to work with Hillary is a warm body, any warm body. I've got too much respect for myself and for my ego to put myself through this. Now, you get somebody else.
Tom, I want to see you in my office, please.
Look, I'm an actor, not a crutch for her.
So what am I? Now, you can run away from this, but I can't. This is a business, a tough one. Oh, Tom, we do what we have to so that someday we can do what we want to.
My head is just getting a little sore from hitting that stone wall. Okay, Laura. I'll give it a try. For you.
You people who handle our product, show it in your theaters, have a right to know the kind of young acting talent we're developing here at Century. So right behind me here, we have a set that represents a makeup room in a major motion picture studio. It's been devised to show you several scenes today from The Winners, our new picture starring Academy Award-winning Mr. Stuart Saxon. Now, I think you know that John Bracken wants very much to do this picture and has worked very hard to launch it. And it's now in the very capable hands of our producer-director, Kevin Grant. Mr. Grant starts shooting in another week. The people you're about to see are young, promising, and completely dedicated. But the big news, and you're the first ones in on it, is that we have made a major new discovery. The young lady you will see playing Anne will play Anne in the picture.
What's your name?
Ann Pastor.
No, your real name.
Doris Adamczak.
How did you get the part?
I auditioned.
No, you didn't.
All right. Have it your way. I had something going with the producer. Look, I guess it started back home, like it started for all of us, right?
Wrong. It didn't start for me back home. I was an orphan.
There was just Mom and Dad and me. I was an only child. I made believe a lot when I was a kid. I acted out all sorts of things.
Anne, I bet you used to sit in front of the mirror.
And saw yourself as all kinds of people.
Look, it all started back home. Like it started for all of us, right? There was just Mom and Dad and me, and I was an only child, and oh, I made believe a lot when I was a kid. I acted out all sorts of things. I used to sit in front of the mirror, and I would brush my hair, and I'd see myself as all kinds of people.
Just like I said.
And somehow, Somehow acting and make-believe began to fill up my life more and more.
And I'll bet it got so you couldn't tell the real from the unreal.
It got so I couldn't tell the real from the unreal. The hairbrush was supposed to be on the table.
You've deliberately embarrassed this studio, smeared the new talent program, and created a problem for a major new film. And by the time I reached Mr. Bracken, he had already received 3 separate calls on this matter and made his decision. Congratulations. As of this moment, the new talent school is canceled.
First we stop the picture, honey. And then we go break some backs. Hello, Mike. Get over here. Yeah, right away. Wait, hold on. Stand by. Start arming that H-bomb. Well, I've been looking for you.
Heard what happened?
In detail. Now, what are you going to do about it?
I'm going to give you the answer. Here, you can have her. What? Oh, wipe her nose. It's bleeding. She got upstaged. The other kids worked her over in a dark alley.
It isn't funny.
No. No, it's sad. You were outclassed, Hillary. You want your daughter to be an instant star, man. Good luck. Where did you start acting?
Wait a minute. What's biting you?
Reality, as opposed to a Mike Stone deal, all packaged neatly, signed here, and you're immortal. You're not immortal. You're not a star. You're not even an actress. You're one small paragraph in a very expensive contract.
I don't like this, Kevin.
Well, where did you start acting, Stuart?
What are you driving at? What's this got to do with anything?
Come on, Stuart, where? She went to finishing school, man. It's time she learned about beginnings. So where? It was in a summer theater someplace, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was outside Milwaukee. We painted flats, took tickets, got 2 walk-ons. At the end of the summer, I got 2 lines, and that did it, boy. $23 in cash. And a makeup kit. I won in a crap game, and I went to New York. And that was then, and this is now.
Indulge me. Out of Milwaukee and into New York. And, of course, you were an instant hit.
Oh, sure. In Brown's drugstore. In the heart of the theatrical district, I jerk sodas and try to get discovered. I was discovered as a pretty good man with the chocolate syrup.
Well, I thought you made it pretty fast in New York.
6 lean years is too slow.
How did you survive those 6 years, Stu?
Survive? Survive? I flourished. You want to know how to make soup? Let me tell you. At the automat, you take a cup. You pretend you've already ordered tea and you're coming back for a little more hot water. Now you take the cup of hot water back to the table, you add in ketchup, and voila, tomato soup. Free. To this day, I cannot stand tomato soup at any price.
Oh, it sounds like fun.
Fun? Well, maybe the first time. But for 8 solid months, that's what I had for lunch. Free imitation soup. Look, I've been interviewed before.
But it's such an entrancing tale, and you have such an innocent audience here. Tell me, Hillary, where did he live, your distinguished father, back in the old days?
In an apartment, I guess.
Oh.
A cold water flat? Oh, don't tell me, a garret.
Garrets were for people who could blow $10 a month. I lived in a construction project.
What?
You know, when they decided to tear down a building, they'd empty it first, of course. Then it always took 4 to 6 months. That made for a very low rent district. And the same difference when they were building a new one. There was always some kind of a shed around.
Well, why? I mean, you couldn't have been that broke.
Yeah, expenses, you know. Essentials, like acting lessons, dancing lessons. You know, an actor has to move. Working out in the gym, keeping my clothes fresh, being agents, having pictures made to drop off in casting offices. I just didn't have anything left over for luxuries.
Like food and a decent room.
Oh, honey, listen. I didn't want to be anything that was sensible. Like a cost accountant or a dentist. All I wanted to do was to be an actor. But I made it. I can look that Oscar of mine in the eye, because it's bought and paid for with sore feet, cold nights, and that awful ketchup soup.
What an ordeal.
No, it wasn't. Not really, because I was alive then. I was learning, I was getting good, and then just a little bit arrogant. And that got to be a habit.
I had the right, Stuart. I saved up for 2 weeks to see you on Broadway. Nightlight.
Nightlight. Oh, that was a big hit. Brought me out here.
Would you like to know how I got started in this business?
Yes.
Well, my first job was running errands for a cheapy producer by the name of Sam Marlin. And working in a warehouse at night to pay him.
Pay him?
Yeah, you heard it right. $20 a week for learning the business.
That's the way it is, honey. First, they show you a mountain. Then they tell you it's called Everest. Then they say, go on out and climb it. Barefoot.
You're leaving out something, Stuart. The fact that it stays tough. On the bottom and on the top. It is always slippery.
Which is why I want Hillary to be protected.
Oh, you're not protecting a man, you're crippling her. Oh, she's beautiful. She's going to be a one-picture sensation. And then she is going to be a beautiful target because what happens next time? Who protects her then?
How about the best agent in the business, Mike Stone?
I wasn't asking you, Hillary. You haven't got a right to an opinion yet. You haven't paid your dues. Look, Stuart, this is a bad situation. Huh? I mean, it's too much pressure too soon. You can survive it. Hillary might not. Break the deal. Get her off the hook.
You mean get you off the hook?
Yeah. Because I don't want to punish her. I don't want to train her to do the part the way I would train a chimpanzee, which is exactly what I'm going to have to do. Unless you end it.
No. We shook hands. Signed contracts. We've got a deal. You'll have to live with it.
But they're just kids. It's their world. You tell them it's phony and they blow up.
You'd defend Jack the Ripper if he could read a line. And if he couldn't, you'd coach him. Laura, it's all over. The talent school is canceled.
It can be revived.
Sure, maybe. But right now, we need you on the winners, coaching Hillary Saxon.
Oh. No.
I know. You want to walk. Big gesture. Laura Dean quits. Honey, you're the best in the business. Now you've got to stay in the business. Besides, Hillary didn't blow up the school. Your young delinquents did. Please, don't tell me off. Just think about it. I'm asking you a favor, personally.
Well, I'm going to have 3 good stiff drinks, and then I'm going to look in the mirror. Then I'll think about it. Oh, Kevin. Oh, never mind.
I want to talk to Bracken.
I've already placed a call. What happened?
Stuart Saxon to break the deal. He refused.
Sylvia, get me Bracken, please.
We've already placed a call.
Board, put me through to Bracken. Then cut in on the call. This is Stuart Saxon.
And the voice of the stars shall be heard in the land.
That's right. Part of what the ketchup soup buys. I think I'll put this in the conference speaker. I'd like you all to hear this.
Stuart, I'm here.
John, I'll make this simple. I want some changes in my deal. Kevin Grant's here and my daughter.
And Sylvia?
Yes, Mr. Bracken.
What do you want, Stuart?
First, I want the talent school back in business. I don't like my name used to kill off young actors.
That's a deal. Is that it?
No. My daughter, Hillary, wants to break her contract.
Yes.
She's not being heroic, just sensible.
This is Hillary Saxon, Mr. Bracken. I'm frightened. I can't handle a major part. Not yet. I would be risking the picture, and I would be risking me.
Well, that's an interesting conclusion. What are you planning instead?
A session in kindergarten. Maybe go to New York, find a cheap apartment, and start learning how to act. In other words, begin paying my dues.
Is that it?
That's it, Bracken.
Kevin?
I'm applauding.
All right, here's my offer. We'll agree to abrogate the contract if you agree to do one more picture for us, Stewart, within 2 years.
Oh, you bloody robber baron, you.
Exactly. That's why I run a studio and you just work for it.
It's a deal.
And one more kicker. We want an option on Hillary Saxon in, say, 2 years.
Why?
Because if you're bright enough and honest enough and tough enough to make this kind of a move, you just might end up a real star. And we want a string on a real star.
I would be honored, Mr. Brackett.
John, you've wrapped up the whole family. Draw up the contracts.
You handle it from here, Sylvia. Goodbye, Stewart. Hillary, nice to have you in the family. Kevin, go make a picture.
What are you doing up at this hour?
I'm the perfect wife. And you start shooting a new picture today.
That's nice. I thought I was going to have to wait till I got to the studio for this. Thank you.
You're welcome. Kevin, you know Mark wants that big slot car set?
No.
Well, I think it's too much for him. It's too expensive.
So do I.
Will you back me up?
Good morning. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Didn't spill a drop.
Well, will you back me up?
Lady, I'll back you up.
Good. Because Mark has to learn to give a little. He can't always have everything he wants.
You mean he has to learn how to compromise?
Oh, yes. I mean, isn't that what it's...
Just this once. No compromise? Let's let him have the set that he wants.
You're impossible.
Of course. See you tonight?
Mm-hmm. I'll be here.
Thanks for watching the Ultimate Fan Hour. I'm Malcolm Bonded, and I hope you'll join me next Friday when I share more of my TV Land favorites. Now, stay tuned for Sanford and Son, right here on TV Land.